this is a pretty basic kind of fundamental 101 piece of executive compensation design is do the programs to align and reinforce the strategy that we're trying to accomplish as a company. But often we get so focused on going through the process and making sure we're not in trouble with proxy advisors, making sure we're aligned with competitive practices. This is an opportunity to just step back and ask, do these incentives align and drive the right behaviors that we want to drive? Do they reinforce our strategy? And that reinforcement is both, do they reinforce the participants or the employees, but also externally, do these align with what we're saying to our investors? And do they demonstrate to our investors that we are putting our money where our mouth is? So usually what that entails is just going through each of the incentive programs and each of the metrics and saying, how do these reinforce our strategy? How do they reinforce the behaviors that we want to drive? It doesn't have to be a direct connection. For example, if your goal is to expand into a new service area, doesn't mean you have to have new service revenues as a metric, but you want to make sure that whatever metrics you do have are positively impacted by expanding into the new service. And that if you progress on that strategy of expanding into a new service area, it will play out in the goals that you've set. I also think this is particularly important if your strategy is evolving, obviously, making sure that you understand if our strategy is evolving, do the metrics need to evolve as well? So that's another key point. And like I said, this is pretty basic kind of comp 101, but sometimes we lose sight of it in just the day-to-day blocking and tackling and getting stuff done. And the summer months are a great time to reevaluate and step back from a more philosophical level.